Gas leaks per mile is 0.53, and the percentage of leaky pipes is 27%. Columbia Gas should not be allowed to work on the same planet that I do. Okay, not only are you going to have to expand the view of what happens when Columbia Gas comes in and destroys this piece of property. It also devalues all the buildings, the home and the buildings on the property. So your homeowner's insurance is also going to be affected. When one vulture looks at the big money, all the little vultures look at the big money. My homeowner's insurance 2 months ago gave me a letter telling me I have to do, and I've gotten 3 estimates on the list, I have to do $40,000 worth of repairs to my home, my barn, and all my other buildings on this piece of property, or they will drop my insurance. Okay? What's going to happen next is my mortgage is going to go. You cannot have a mortgage without guaranteed homeowner's insurance. So once the homeowner's insurance gets canceled, my mortgage is going to be called up. Unless I find another homeowner's insurance company who will carry me. Okay? Now I can certainly understand homeowner's insurance. Hey, we had Allentown, PA, we had San Bruno, California. All those homes had homeowner's insurance, and they all had to pay off. I'm sitting on top of Deepwater Horizon. If I strike a match, I'm going to get blown off the planet. Okay? No homeowner's insurance company is going to want, and they know this exists. They know I've been on the front page of the newspaper. I was one of the top 10 stories in Bedford County for the year 2010. So my homeowner's insurance company, they absolutely know that I'm sitting there and I'm a time bomb. I'm a time bomb. Okay? I don't compute anything. I don't turn a computer on. I don't plug one in. If anybody wants to call and talk to me, you will have to do a little bit of research. My name is Mary Ellen McConnell. I live in Bedford County in the state of Pennsylvania. By research, I mean that you will have to find out what my address is, and you will have to write to me, or you will have to get a Bedford County phone book, and you will have to get my phone number, and you will have to call and talk to me. Okay? I don't like computers. Don't turn one on. Don't plug one in. I'm using somebody else's services to go on the internet with this interview, and with the hopes of just tweaking one person, one little person, to wake up and get angry. I'm angry. I'm totally exhausted. I'm angry. Earlier I told you to remember that Columbia Gas was going to suffer irreparable injury if they were not given the right for eminent domain. Mary Ellen suffers irreparable injury. Okay? Those 4 visits to the emergency room are important. I hurt 24 hours a day. I live in my house wearing a mask. I sleep with it. The only time I can clear my lungs is when I leave the house and I go to work. My work is as a caregiver, and there's a volume of information in that word. If you think about it, go to the dictionary. I guess it was what I was born to do, because I've done it for over half my life now. I'm good at it, very good. Okay. a little bit of humor here. Last year, in 2010, there was an election in the state of Pennsylvania. We elected our House of Representatives for the United States Federal House of Representatives, okay? So, having a overwhelming sense of humor, what I did 2 weeks before the election, I ran an ad in the local newspaper, and it states, write in Mary Ellen McConnell for the U.S. Federal House of Representatives, a vote for impeccable honesty and common sense. I ran that for 2 weeks, okay? I was utterly surprised with the number of phone calls that I got for 2 weeks from people who called me and told me on their plight and asked me who I was, and why I was doing this. And I gave them my story because of Columbia Gas. The federal courts, the state courts, the county courts, and the township supervisors, no one is there to help you. You're going to have to help yourself. I got 71 votes over the entire county, Bedford County. I got 71 votes. Why? I got 71 friends out there. None of them are, well, one of them is a relative. I am not related to anyone in Bedford County. But I took 71 votes away from Mr. Bill Schuster. And there is a volume of information in that statement as well. Okay. If anyone, being a paper pusher and being one who likes to do puzzles, I challenge you. These are the numbers. It's Johnstown, Pennsylvania Federal Court. This is the case number. Get a copy of it. I'll guarantee you page 7, given to Mr. Judge Kim R. Gibson, is the right page. But my copy talks about 2 people that I don't even know. This is the DEP report number. This is the most important one. Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection. It's the Right to Know report. That's the number. It took DEP 69 days to tell me that my house was contaminated. Well, duh. These are pictures of my home, my property. Okay, it doesn't show you my house, but this is the property. This is my barn. This is one of the fields that I have. Sorry for the shaking. This is another field that I own. And this is yet another field that I own. There's 125 acres. She has an awesome view. You can step out the kitchen door and there's a pair of maple trees that we sit under and we look at what God created. But that will soon change. Okay, that's pretty much it. I have a hat that I wear all the time. We do have stupid politicians out there. I will repeat that forever and ever. We elected them to help us. All they're doing is going to the bank. They have their hand out. They're picking their cronies. One last comment about Uncle Tom Corbett. He recently appointed 30 people to a commission to study the water issue and the gas driller issue in the state of Pennsylvania. 2 things about that on that list. If I recall properly, there's not one woman on the list. Yeah, I'm a feminist. okay? The other question for me would be, how many of those 30 people on that list are affected by a gas lease on their property? If you do not talk about, if you have not experienced childbirth, you can't talk about it. If you don't have a gas lease on your property, you can't talk about it. You have no knowledge of what's existing, of what is out there, unless you yourself are privately and personally affected by it. Okay?